Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Ankerstar Wealth Market Update. I'm your host, Allison Ankerstar, and today we'll be talking about April's CPI number, as well as earnings from both Roblox and Unity Software. But before we begin, as a reminder, this is a financial education presentation and should not be construed as personal financial advice. Full disclaimer information is available at ankerstarwealth.com. Good morning, Steve. April's CPI number came in at 8.3% versus an expected 8.1%. What does this mean for the markets?
Well, it is not good news across the board this morning for everything. So good morning, Allison. Good question. So everything I had been saying was kind of based off of that we were past peak inflation. So when you think of, the beginning of the year, you have inflation is the disease, you have the Fed as the cure. Sometimes the cure is worse than disease. You have Ukraine, Russia, you have all these things playing out. Well, I and many others had thought we were past peak inflation, meaning that inflation had peaked in February, March. It was 8% in March, and that the Fed raising the quarter point initially, now the half point, and scheduled out raises for the rest of the year would be enough to bring inflation in and kind of, cure the disease, if you will. Obviously, when the Fed raises rates, that puts a headwind to the market. Well, since the disease, in this case, inflation, apparently is not cured like we had thought, that unfortunately will be a headwind for the market. So when you look at the futures today, they were up, over 1%, at least for the NASDAQ anyway, which I follow closely. And now they're down over 1% across the board. I think that will be initial reaction. I don't expect the bottom just to fall out of everything today based off of this, but it's certainly not good. We're hovering around 40-year highs, which that headline's already out there. But really, 8.3% is not the number that we were looking for. Where are we in the overall market? We'll take a look at the SPY that's down 2/3 of a point and kind of look at things. So here you go. There's where we are, cracking down below. We were below 4,000. Now we're down at 39.72 for the year, down 16%. So, approaching that bear market issue. The NASDAQ's already into the bear market. The SPY, if we hit it, would be next, and then followed by the Dow. So overall, what do I expect for this to be today? I think this will be digested today. I think folks will realize, by that I mean it's negative right now off the headline. But I do think that we might hold red today, but I don't think it's just going to continue to sell off, because people are going to realize the half point rate hike actually occurred in May, right? It was last week, which has a May tag in front of it. So there is some delay in reporting these numbers. So we could indeed be past peak inflation, but obviously the pundits will be all over TV today giving you their opinion. I'm no expert, but it did feel like the things we had put in place were going to kind of start breaking inflation back down, but this says that that's not the case. So overall, my call for that this is the bottom this week, we'll have to see now. That this is not anything that I expected.
Next, Roblox stock is in the red this morning after the company reported earnings and projected losses for the foreseeable future. Is it time to bail on RBLX?
Roblox. What a great company, what a great product and service that they offer. If you're not familiar, it's a gaming company where you can go in, and it's got its own metaverse, if you will, where you can go in and build things. And it teaches especially the younger generation, how to go in, how to create things, how to build things. They have Robux, which is how to pay for things. It's got its own little economy inside of this software. So really, I thought it was a metaverse play that would be leading the charge going forward. Unfortunately, I'm at my pain point with Roblox. And then when I can handle an earnings miss. Hey, everybody misses earnings eventually, right? And unless you're continually guiding well below your target, eventually everybody misses earnings. That I can handle in itself. But, expecting losses to continue for the foreseeable future as expenses rise and as pandemic-induced demand increases fade, meaning people are now getting out and not just sitting at home on their devices. This stock's all over the map this morning. It was down 10%, then down 1%. It's back down to 6%. We're done. So by the time my clients, you guys get this morning, we sold out a lot of this earlier, but for those that were kind of sticking in the long haul for Roblox, we're done. We're out. So can't support this stock anymore.
Last, Unity Software is also down big this morning after earnings. What's your take?
Same thing, rinse and repeat. They kind of traveled together. There was more risk in Unity than there was Roblox. If you're not familiar with Unity, they do lots of things, but one of the things that they are known for, or I will say a main feature of Unity, is their creation of avatars, all of the software that goes in, for developing you inside of the different metaverse or online sort of platforms that are out there. Again, same thing. Missed quarter does not look good. The stock is dirt cheap, but I can no longer support holding it here. So again, by the time you hear it, if you're in that name, you will be out of it by the time you listen to this, unfortunately.
Thank you, everyone, for your questions. Please submit your questions as a comment through social media or directly to our email at vipservices@ankerstarwealth.com. And don't forget to like and subscribe to get daily updates. That's all we have for today's show. I'm Allison Ankerstar, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.